Yo, what's going on guys? I'm Cartere, and in this video I am going to be explaining the no taming servers and letting you know all the info that you need to know before you start playing on one of these experimental servers. Now these servers just came out on the PS4. I believe it came out with the last update, and I've tried it out for about two to 3 hours on one of my streams. I'm gonna be playing it a few more hours before I do my actual review. This will kind of be a first impressions slash info video. Shout out to Mental Oriental for suggesting this idea for me to, explain what, like, give you guys all the info and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, basically, let me give you the lowdown on the no taming servers rule. So there is no taming, obviously, and that at first you'll think, okay, that means no taming, fair enough, no dinos. But then when you think a bit deeper, that means no dung beetles for fertilizer. That means no snails for cementing paste. That means no kibble, no breeding, no phiomias for shits that you can put into dung beetles or put into compost bins in order to make fertilizer. It's just a lot of things are gonna become a whole lot more inconvenient. But the flip side of that is the PvP is so much more fun. It is so much more fun because there's so much less risk in taking on like a bigger tribe or just taking on anyone, to be honest, because everyone's running about as people. So there's no overpowered dinos that someone can bring into your base to just level it real quick. They have to expend resources. They have to really think about what they're doing. And you have to be a good player. You can't just rely on your OP dinos to get rid of another tribe. You have to be at least good in the PvP sense. So yeah, remember, no taming means no taming. In order to find one of these servers, you just type no taming into your search bar on the server menu, and you'll see, I think there's about 4 experimental servers. There's one on the island, one on the center, and one on Scorched Earth. I think there's two servers of each on each map. So yeah, there's probably about 6. There's also boosted harvesting and XP rates. So that's 2 times rates of normal. And yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't think it kind of levels out what you're losing through the efficiency of using dinos, to be honest. But yeah, you have 2 times XP rates. The Titanosaur has been removed. All turrets have been removed. All turrets being removed is quite a big thing. That means that rockets are no longer able to be shot down. That means there's no, you can fling grenades, you can shoot rockets, nothing's going to stop those. The only means of defense you have is Plant X, and Plant X with no Phiomia stimberries, no dung beetle, only using compost bins, that's gonna be really really tedious and whatnot to manage. It's gonna be kind of like getting bullets for normal turrets, as in the mid game, because getting that charcoal is pretty hard with that industrial forge, or it's pretty long, I should say. So the difficulty level is currently set to 2.0. I think the main server's difficulty level is set to 4 or 6, one of those. So I believe this is a decrease from the usual difficulty, which is cool because we have no tames. We're running about on foot, so everything's that much more dangerous. Also, losing flyers makes it really really super more difficult in order to navigate the island and get your bearings around you, if you're not already very very versed in the island and know where everything is, or Scorched Earth, or the center, any map basically. Tribes are limited to 10 players. That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. It kind of stops Zerg armies from happening, and it kind of keeps people, separated, in terms of you don't just have 50 people take over a server and then every new player is getting crushed. Even though that could still happen, because you could just make dummy tribes and then those are your tribe members, but you can't You also can't actually establish alliances, so those people won't be able to come to your base if you've got turrets and their turrets are shooting at players. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It is also an isolated cluster, which means you're not able to transfer in or out of these servers, and that makes sense. I don't know why you'd transfer one of your. Well, I kind of understand why you transfer a high level character into one of these servers, because then you don't have to go through the whole grindy process of starting up again. But you can't transfer dinos in, definitely cannot do that. And yeah, you can't transfer anything out basically. So you come in with what you got. You pick these. You know, you can go throughout these servers. I believe you can go throughout the experiment servers. You should be able to transfer from a no taming server to another no taming server. Kind of think of it like PvP and PvE. You can't transfer out of PvE into PvP, and you can't transfer out of PvP into PvE. Also, there is a 50% higher base weight. Your base weight starts at 150, and the increase per level is 15 points in weight. So when you level up your weight, you'll get extra 15 points into weight. And they have nerfed the movement speed upgrade points. Actually, you get is it 0.7? I think it's 0.7. You get 0.7 per level up in movement speed. So that's really annoying, but I understand why they do that, because there are loads of players running about. And if you just focus on, you know, PvP stuff, PvP stats, and you're focusing your player on that, then, you know, you'd have a bunch of movement speed and it'd be really hard to hit you, and it'd be even harder to hit you since there's no dinos with big hitboxes that can just bite you, and you have to really rely on projectiles and melee weapons and whatnot. But yeah, those are all. That's all the info that you need to know, really. But also, you can still knock out dinos and put things in their inventory. So you might be able to force feed a knocked out Phiomia some stimberries. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know if knocked out Phiomias will shit on command when you feed them stimberries. I've never seen an unconscious dino go number 2 before in my whole time of playing the game, so I'm unsure if that's a possibility. But you can knock out dinos and keep them knocked out for, you know, I don't know, some reason. Maybe you could build a little box and then put loads of dinos in there and keep them knocked out indefinitely until you need base defense, and then wake them up, I guess. But they could turn on you as well, so there you go. But it does, I do believe that this mode does force players to be more ingenious, to be smarter, to be more tactical, and it kind of forces everyone on a kind of level playing field. Now, it won't be a super level playing field, because obviously people can get further on in the tech tree and whatnot, but even those people further along in the tech tree are still able to be beat up with a wooden club by someone who's level 10. And I think that is one of the most fun aspects about this game. I mean, about these servers. Like, if you're, I think I'm gonna put some footage in the gameplay. I mean, put some footage in the background. And the footage I'm probably gonna use is from when I just logged in. I just logged into the No Tamer server to check whether you can put things in knocked out dinos, and obviously my base that I left near, you know, the open was raided. It was made out of thatch, so it had no defenses. It was gonna be raided. I woke up to nothing. I wondered why I had nothing, and then I saw the door was gone, and I was like, oh yeah, right. And I was spawned at the wrong bed, but my other base did not get raided because it didn't get found, because I built it a little further inland, made sure that it wasn't somewhere where anyone would see it. But I will get back and play some more on my stream and get more of a feel of the No Taming servers. Now, I do believe that the beginning of the No Taming servers, the start of the game, is going to be really, really fun. It's really, really fun because it's way more PvP focused. Also, I forgot to mention there are 120 player limits on the PS4. I think it's 140 on PC. I don't know about Xbox, but on the PS4 it's 120 players. I think it was 100 like a week ago or a couple days ago, but it's changed to 120 players. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's really PvP focused early on, at least. I think it will probably be PvP focused, down the road and whatnot. Well, it's PvP. It's gonna be PvP focused, but like there's more interaction, I believe, and more altercations because when I jumped into this server, I didn't feel the pressure of I don't want to make any OP enemies that will just stop me from rebuilding or anything like that, because it's going to be really hard to even find people. And yeah, it's just it's very exciting. It's very exciting at the beginning, but I believe that the end game will be very grindy. I don't see any way you can fight any of the bosses. I don't even know if they're including that in there or they're trying to take those out. I don't see any way you could efficiently complete a cave solo. You might be able to, I don't know. I haven't actually done a cave solo without a tame or anything like that, so maybe it's possible. But that creating fertilizer is going to be long. A lot of things seem like, all the end game stuff that you'd leave to dinos will be very difficult. For example, Quets and Anki farming, that's gone. You got to run up a mountain, beat up a metal node, and run back down to your base. You're gonna have to put up outposts around the metal nodes and whatnot, and basically build near resources. And that will be probably the reason why people fight the most, because you need to build near resources, because you can't efficiently lug things back and forward with all those wild dinos about and you not having any tames whatsoever. So yeah, it seems really interesting, but I do think the end game's going to be a bit lacking. I do believe the PvP aspect is ramped up way more on these servers than official servers, because you also don't have the fear of losing your tames. Like when you tame something, it takes quite a long time and a wild amount of resources generally. Like obviously if you're kibble taming it, it's going to be quicker, like, but if you're taming like a nice 145 pteranodon and you're kibble taming that's still going to take about an hour. And with you playing with that pteranodon and you finding that bond together and going on loads of different excursions and missions and getting stuff done, you're going to build a bond and you won't want to lose that pteranodon. I've seen many posts online of ARK saying you should make sure you don't get attached to anything, and definitely yes, make sure you don't get attached to anything, but still you're going to be a little attached to stuff. You're going to be a little hesitant to make certain moves because you don't want to lose certain tames and certain time that you've put into the game. But I think this mode really opens up the warfare on a whole nother level, because it is harder to find people because you can't just scout with birds and that, so it's easier to be stealthy, and you don't have any tames to lose. You don't have any tames to lose. The only thing people can do is get in your base and rob you. So all you've got to lose is resources and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. I'm really excited for these no taming servers. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I hope this video helped you out. I hope it gave you a nice little overview of what the no taming server is about. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the no taming servers, if you try them out, or if you're gonna try them out, or if you think it sounds like something that's interesting or something that's fun, or if it sounds completely shit. Let me know in the comment section below. Also hit that like button if you like this video. Be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more ARK videos, including my no taming servers review. And I will see you guys in the next video. Also, if you want to watch the rest of my ARK videos, you can click on the playlist on the screen. Peace out, guys.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.